let's talk to Elise. 3 superiors to be ready to accept Silux to you next task. Grateful you have come. Thank you again. Sir Luke, I believe you have more tasks for me. So here are you? Yes, more tasks. There's a Talos of mine. That's taking far too long to make its return. Probably busy tussling with some dim-witted predator. Go and see how it fares and chase off anything it's slowing down. But all the, you mean the Talos? Pray follow my lead. Find 1,000 questions just southwest of here, and I have no doubt there will be dim-witted predators. Alright, let's check that out then. There we go. I'm glad you were here. They must have burrowed in beneath the plate. I know, Psych Luke, implied to Talos. Still moving, but as you can see. One by one, the tile slowly fell into disrepair. Interesting. That's a robot of some kind? This particular worker is damaged during this stray Aether rampage, and hasn't shifted in Ilm ever since. It was always Sir Lackley's favorite. Come, let us make our report. It's clear to wait for past 2 roboting you, Talos. Talos, yes. Should be left alone for the time being. Excellent news, but I expect I'll need good polishing. Another time when he returns, the most troublesome ones are often the most endearing, right? Oh, sir. You've done me a fine service, thank you. Indeed, thank you. I never could have fought such a creature myself. If I might impose on you for the next task as well. You're gonna impose on me? Is that what you said? There's another task? Oh god, how much? The Cape and Bloom, right? This appears determined to complete the last of Siluk's tasks. Thank you again for staying. I honestly could not do without you. So were there any more tasks you had for us? One thing, I want you to gather some pretty flowers from the split. went out a usual walk, but has not yet designed to come home. I fear I may have something sour her mood. Something must have soured her mood. I understand. We shall get her a lovely bouquet then. Well then, will you accompany me to the Cape for flower picking? Yeah, sure. I'm going to pick up some flowers. Yay! This is almost pleasant, isn't it? Aside from aggressive wildlife, of course. I should tell you about the Sarlacc who was killed in the Aether incident, although I imagined you already suspected as much. They made such a sweet couple. Every day they would walk up this cape, hand in hand, and would gaze out over the flowers with this warm, contented smile. Sarlacc himself has some training as a warrior. He would guard her as if she were a princess, and he her gallant knight. I'm sorry, it's just... wounds of the heart are slow to mend. That they are. There's someone there to share the grief can be enough to carry. Anyone true another day. But a year, and we are all still suffering. Some seek to bury the misery. Cheery faces and others are yet trapped in the memories of the past. There's none of the latter. And we pick every bloom from this cave. Every bloom? Oh god, that's gonna take a while then. That's gonna take forever, are you sure? You realize how long that would take? Picking up every single flower. See what we have. We made it, and the flowers are none the worse for wear. Sarlacc, I have returned with the bouquet for your wife. Oh, splendid, thank you. Now perhaps you will come? She will come back too? Yes, sir? Please forgive me. I have asked such cruel things of you. I must apologize to you as well. No, it's okay. You know, there were so many gone after it happened. Despair became my only company. Could not even say my closest friend when his torment was plain for all to see. I could never forgive myself. I embraced this delusion, thinking that maybe if I tried hard enough, if I truly believed they were alive, that events of the day would fade away like the nightmare it was. But I succeeded only in hurting those around me. I understand why you did what you did, sir, truly I do. You always were such sweet. I will place the flowers you brought on her grave. She should have loved them. As for the assuming the role to marry, I'm sorry, but I cannot give you a decision just yet. Take as long as you need. In fact, I might need a little time to recover myself. If you could give me a moment or two. Well, that That was pretty sad. Thank you for your patience. He still appears to be wrestling with his thoughts, but perhaps we can help him come to a decision. Sir, I don't mean to press you, but might you have arrived at an answer at my proposal? I know, exactly. There's another matter I have yet to reconcile. Would you mind sharing this matter with us? Well, it goes back to the day that the Aether attacked the village. I was taking my turn as lookout here at the Stone Gazer. It's a duty we take very seriously. They say when the tower was originally built, the time before the flood, they were worried about dwarves and mountain bandits, but these days... Yes, there's far worse prowling around, and I failed to spot it. The Sting Eater which came that day did not appear as the other monstrosities I have seen. From a distance, it simply looked like a person. I wanted to be sure, but before I rang the warning bell, but I waited too long. Many who could have fled died because of my hesitation. Could a man of such faulty judgment ever serve you as mayor? What comfort can I offer those whose loved ones were needlessly slain? None. Not whilst the abomination itself yet roams free. Well, where is it? I can probably hunt it down. You would take vantage on our behalf. That is good, for we were powerless before its might. Should the Aether show its cursed face again, then I pray you are as strong as you appear. I know nothing of the roads you have walked or the battles you have fought, so I can but echo. What? Is it? Our prayers will be for your victory. Talk of vengeance aside, I do not believe the villagers, either living or dead, hold you responsible for the actions of the monster. But I cannot fault you for wanting to remain distant. Pray forgive me for pestering you so. Nay, decide who should beg forgiveness, though you have lost as much as anyone, and left you to shoulder the burden of leadership alone. It will be well with you back among us again. Come, let us return to the village. As I've said, it's unsafe to linger out here for long. One last escort back to right, if you would. Back to the village. My thanks for your protection. Please not to mention your unfailing patience. I hope the now heart will be the tiniest bit lighter. After all, I have my friends and neighbors here to help me face it. There was one last thing I wanted to show you both. You and Luke has to do with the rights traditional industry, if you were interested in taking a look. Oh good, I was worried you'd had enough of me. My last errand for you then will be to have a word with St. Luke and bring him to the barley fields at the front of the village. I'll be there attending to the crops until they arrive. I'm grateful for your understanding and the flowers you brought. My wife would have very much approved of the selection. Now, was there something you wished to discuss? Ulos won't be there as well, does he? Well, we had best head over to the front of the field then. This is what I wanted to show you. This barley crop right there. Right here. This is what your father's plot, wasn't it? And you've been tending it to in his absence. Every single day, I wanted to see his plans come true. His plans? Yes, he dreamed of restoring things to how the history books say they once were, before the flood ruined everything. Our village has long been known as a place for artisans. Even the name Wright is a nod to all the craftsmen who once made their home here. In years gone by, it said a line of tallows would stretch down the road, arms bearing lumber, and the shipyard would echo with the calls of the shipwright, hard at work, and when the day's was done, they would gather here to share an ale in the village. Father, he'd hoped to brew the traditional Wright ale with barley from his crop, to one day tap a barrel of his family and dear friends and raise a toast to the future. Hey Luke, will you raise a mug with me when the day comes? Of course. Sounds good. Ah, but my dear, the land here does not nourish the crops as it once did. I fear it will be some time here before you'll have the barley fit for the ale you have in mind. Meantime, will you help me with the rest of the Cliff Toll's plans? The rest? He wanted things the way they once were, did not? Then we must first recover from the tragedy which was visited upon us. There's no simple solution, but I mean to do what I can to lead our community out of this mire of pain and grief. Assuming you're still willing to have me as mayor? I'm set to live out the rest of my life, but you and Euless have opened my eyes of this old fool to what needs to be done. For that, you have my thanks. No problem. All's good, right? Yeah, let's get back to work. I think this is where we finally part ways. Thank you again for all you have done for us. People of Wright will go on, and even under the weight of our sorrow. It might not happen this day, or the next, but together we'll find ways to make things better, to recuperate the prosperity of this village once had. I look forward to when you next visit. With any luck, I'll be waiting to put a frothy mug of Wright brewed ale in your hand. Taylor launches the path to shipwright. Anxious right. Hello, Tenoise. Oh, who are you? Forgive me, it's not often we see travelers in Wright, of how dangerous it is. Even more with my husband taking the road down to the shipyard, and he's as strong as a Talos. Has been gone a good while, though. If you're headed that way, could you please let him know his wife is expecting him at home? I'll go find this ship guy. Beat me with the hammer. Has it been that long? I was aiming to salvage the planks from this old hull. Just giving me some trouble that I bargained for. Bit of a waste to leave all the slumber lying around. Not much call for seaworthy ships since the light ate up half the world, you understand? I reckon if I were better for a woodworker like me to put to good use these boards, though they're so tightly joined I can't pull the bleeding things loose. Do me a favor, sprinkle some of this powder on the joints and along the keel. Alright, I'm gonna help you out. It's around years here. There we go. Anything going along now? That should do the trick. Powdered fire crystal is the best thing for melting wood glue. Just pour a little water and the steam will take care of the rest. This ought to be one-man job now, thanks to you. Oh, and if you could let Ternos know I'll be home within the hour. And you'll have helped me out of 2 rough spots today. And now he'll be able to finish his job. Perfect. Just teleport back to the village. Anyways, he's alright then. Well, that's a relief. And it's shared troubles, and no wife does to worry. You helping strip planks? Good cheek of him, that man. Still, we're lucky his father taught him to trade at all, even if he uses those skills to take ships apart instead of building them. Workers put food on the table, so I'm grateful to his family for keeping up their traditions. Grateful to you for bringing me peace of mind. Please take this. And nature current, and after we're done, we're going to talk to Alphino again, and we'll continue this. Let's talk to Alphino. No wife's the brush you received from Tristal, deep in thought. See, kindness is its own reward, and Tristal has repaid us with a gift as timely as it wasn't expected. We will, however, need to act upon his advice before another painter sets to fill the vacancy. Thankfully, I do have some modest skill with brush, nothing approaching that of a true artist. Of course, but enough to pay the role, I would hope. Down and await the next appearance of those vile jesters. once more, what a day it's been for the folks at our door. We welcome a peddler who had made pearls from a plum, and now we've a place for a painter of a plum. So come along and don't be slow, it's time to let your colors show. And paint portraits, at least landscapes, stills lifes, so rarely commissioned these days. Oh, I thought I spied some new faces in the crowd. Fortune that you should feel at ease up around an easel. You and your prowess. Any masterpieces on your person? Really not. Everything I paint is soon sold. Such is the life of a working artist. I've only my brush to testify for me, though you will note that it has seen no small amount of service. Ah, flecks of paint, both old and new, too much loved and much used. Not a prop to be conjured on the hop. You're welcome with us, and we'll put those talents to the test. Why, this is my assistant. She whose unfailing support allows my art to flourish. She will go ahead with her, or not at all. Parasite then. We shall leave her fate in the hands of your new employer. It matters not of wit to us. And having filled our latest vacant space, we retard Eulmore's sweet embrace. Oh, mercy me, DeMayo. We almost took our leave without leaving a loving token. We must empty the sacks, ere we make our way back.
Redemption is beyond us. The lament of all but saints and fools, and the comfort of the lords and ladies of this accursed place. Once they held fast against the madness, only to embrace the coming cataclysm and delight in the end of days. Perhaps in rapture they seek to lose themselves and the misery they share. Or perhaps for them alone, the promise of eternal pleasure really does hold true.
City's final pleasures. Feel free to weep at its magnificent. No? Not even a single tear? Moving right along then. Eulmore, city of pleasures. Alright. Looks pretty cool so far. First you guys to register as a resident, you know, make it all nice and official. Just move the way, so you just need to put on your happy faces and head through the joyous hall. It's in the first room on the left side of the passage. Clear your name and occupation in a nice loud voice. The clerks will tell you where to go from there. Pay no mind to those folks off the side of the road. Much like the hopefuls in Gate Town, they haven't earned the right to enter the city proper. If, however, you enjoy basking in the envy of your fellow men, by all means take your time, but why waste another moment? Go and enjoy the beginning of your new life in paradise. Sounds fun. Bureau of Immigration was it? I suppose we have better show ourselves for the time being. There's another floor though. Okay. How many floors are there? Okay, there's multiple floors. Okay, the Atari is on the top floor. Alright, I see. Can I use the Aether shards right now though? Can I tune to them? Oh, this place is beautiful. Shops around here, right? Oh, they're just bureaus. There's like bureaus. Bureau of Immigration, right? Oh, immigration officer. Yes, sir. Here we go. There it is, and this is Patrick, is my assistant. Yes, I was informed of your imminent arrival. You can forego the usual interview and begin processing your registration papers forthwith. The citizens of Eulmore are divided into classes. They are the free, who are blessed with the favor of the Lord Voltry, and the bonded, who work in the employ of the free. You will be joining the ranks of the bonded. Your duties are to serve a patron in the capacity for which you were chosen. In your case, painting pretty pictures. Should your patron dismiss you for any reason, you must find another sponsor among the free, or accept work as a general laborer. I see, and might you tell us something of the patron we are to serve? Two patrons, actually. News and Dulia Chai, a mystical couple who must refer to as the Chais. They are both gentle souls, but I would ask that you conduct yourself with respect and humility for your own sake as much as theirs. Now a moment, please, while I complete the relevant paperwork. Hold on, these are your registration documents. Those papers next door and submit them to the clerk. Once there, if you stamped, you will be official and Eulmorean citizen. Enjoy your new life in paradise. Lots of paperwork around here, that's for sure. Registration. Welcome to Bureau of Registration. Papers, please. There you go. Are we playing Papers, Please, or are we playing Final Fantasy XIV right now? What have we here? Elfino artist, Bedo's artist assistant, to be employed in the service of Lord Shai Nuz and Lady Dulia Chai. Asserting seems to be in order. Your registration is hereby approved. I think it best that we deliver you to the Chai residence before. Oh dear. What is it? You smell hideous. What? Did you crawl here through a ditch? If there is an unholy miasma of dust, so at the musk of some unwashed beasts. Proceed directly to the deluge next door and scrub yourself clean. Use whichever showers are free. After you rinse away the stench, you'll want to splash yourselves with this perfume liberally. Once you've made yourself presentable, then you may proceed to the Chai residence. Coring the guard by the stairs will give you directions. Alright, apparently we're too filthy to go in the city. I hadn't realized we were so aromatic. Yeah, it's probably from the monsters we're hunting, right? I mean, we are always hunting monsters. Right, I'll just clean there myself. There we go. There we go. No one there. Alright, fair enough. Now where the heck? Oh, sweet. Oh yeah, I have to press this. There we go. Perfume. Perfect. I should probably get dressed as well. Be right back. Just gonna go get dressed. Oops, sorry. I didn't mean to bother you. Well, that should be better. Now we're way more presentable. Alright, let's go. Are you ready, Elfino? I'm good. Dressed already, have you? Yeah, I showered and I dressed. I'm good. It's not to see him. Seems rather exposed for once evolution, does it not? Alice would have been trying her hair by now. Wouldn't she just? Very well, I shall endeavor to emulate her boldness then. Courage, Alphino. Just close the curtain, it's not a problem. That was bracing. I believe the lingering smells of the road have been successfully expunged. Shall we go and present ourselves to our new patrons then? Cornine, you're looking to present yourself to the Chais, are you? Let me explain how the city's laid out. Then imagine 3 layers, one on top of each other. This layer here is called a buttress. Above us is the understory. The military has its headquarters, and above that you've got the canopy, which is where the free citizens of Eulmore spend their days. So if you want to find your new patrons, you'll need to keep climbing until you run out of stairs. Then look for the Grand Dame's parlor. They'll be in there like as not. There's a lot of places around here. I kinda wanna explore the rest. Patios. My name is Patios.
Lord
Lord and Lady Chai, pray forgive our intrusion. I am given to understand you were in search of an artist.
Ah, you must be the new,
Oh, goodness me! What an adorable boy! That silken hair, those pearly cheeks, oh, and you even smell wonderful, like a bed of flowers. I approve of this one, dearest. I am positive he'll paint us the most delightful pictures.
yes. Well, as long as he paints better than that talentless wretch we sent packing last week.
Wonderful, wonderful! Welcome to Eulmore.
Alphino, if it please you, my lady. And this is my assistant.
Your assistant? I've heard of folk bringing in family members, but this seems a bit irregular. Aren't you a little young to have a protege?
We are family in all but name, my lord. Though we share no blood, we have stood by each other through life's many challenges, resolved to prevail together or not at all. Of all people, 'tis she who best understands my work. With her unique insight guiding my hand.
God damn it, Alpha, you're making it sound like we're getting married.
To satisfy your expectations.
Dude, no. You're making it sound like we're getting married. Calm down there.
Once the picture has begun, of course, I shall have no need of constant encouragement. And so I wondered, rather than her being in your way, might it then be permissible for my assistant to explore the city she has so longed to see? Out of gratitude for her priceless contribution to my art, I thought it only fair that I make this humble request on her behalf.
Oh, did you ever hear of such devotion? Of course your assistant must have her wish. She shall be free to roam to her heart's content. Isn't that right, darling?
Are we like a slave, or are we just like an employee? I guess we're kind of like an employee, right? It's kind of like the retainers in Gridania, right? The servants. I mean, if it makes us money, I guess.
Yes, of course, dearest. Quite right.
Just sightsee. Who do I have to talk to, though? Do I have to talk to Julia? Explore. We're slipped 7 forward. Hello. My wife's given her position. You need not seek my say-so. I'll ask that you behave yourself. Yeah, sure, fair enough. What do you want me to do, Alphino? If you have the opportunity to experience Eulmore, I suggest you make the most of it. Explore the city top to bottom. In other words, I would start with the canopy and go from there. Try wandering around the market stalls, perhaps. These places are usually filled with colorful characters, only too eager to share local gossip with a friendly visitor. I'd appreciate, of course, if you could share any discoveries with me in turn. We should both learn as much as possible about our new place of residence. Hello, a fresh register, are we? You seem a little lost. Oh, it's lovely to make my acquaintance. Speaking of acquaintances, I happen to have run into my attendant on your wanderings. Would you? Big, strong guy, long hair, tied back. He was escorting me on a shopping errand when I realized I'd dropped my handkerchief, and now I've been waiting here all alone while he's been off searching for it. I'm not terribly fond of being alone. If you do see him, I would be obliged if you could pass on this message. Forget the silly handkerchief and return to my side at once. So, someone dropped a handkerchief. Material, so these sell materials. Oh, there's the shopping over there. Collectible, freezer, splendid tool exchange, splendors vendor. Boutique, what'd you say? Boutique of splendors is splendid all script exchange until further notice. Okay. It's probably on the other side, right? There he is. What are you doing? Why? That was too close. Thank you, friend. I don't know I would have done it if you hadn't come along. I was trying to rescue my lady's handkerchief, you see, and the wind must have blown it over the edge, but luckily it caught on something. I thought if I could just stretch out far enough. You must think highly of your mistress. She is my entire world. Without her, I am nothing. When I first came to Eulmore, I thought only in improving my lot in life. There is so much more to this city than wealth and plenty. There is no war here, no conflict. The residents all treat each other with warmth and respect. My mistress has never ever been kind to me. I can think of no other place in Coluzio where I could possibly be happier. So I might have gotten a bit worried. I find it hard to stop when I start counting my blessings these days. Please, you should come with me to meet the lady. Once she hears of your deed, you'll be witness to her generosity firsthand. She told me to find you, actually. What? Lonely, you said? Curse my clumsy feet. I must return to her immediately. I hope everything works out. Let's see. Attendant told me everything. I'm so very grateful you were there to offer your assistance. You value him highly, then. As if you were a member of my own family, I could not live the wonderful life I lead without him. We free citizens owe the bonded our unintended gratitude. Mayhap in another society, our different standing would breed prejudice or resentment. But in Umbral, our most glorious measure is in place to avert such unpleasantness. Part of that measure requires that the free surrender their fortunes. Upon registration, all of our property, financial, intellectual, or otherwise, is given over to the city. In exchange, we are private of ample funds and commodities to live a life of pampered luxury. Being liberated from the concern of earning coin has an almost miraculous effect on people's outlook. There are no rivals, no compete against, only fellow residents with whom to enjoy our tranquil existence. Now, if you'll excuse us, I must say what the markets have to offer as a reward for the return of my handkerchief. Oh, and I've not forgotten you, of course, our courageous messenger turned rescuer. All this talk of relying on the bonded, and I haven't given a thought as to what your duties might be. Hope I haven't interrupted your work unduly. But then you must really visit the beehive. It's always buzzing with activity, local humor. Anyway, a lady by the name of Tista Pia usually has her seat near the entrance. She would gladly speak with you on any number of topics, assuming you find yourself on her good side. Welcome to Beehive, my little drone. Seeking this sting excitement to liven up your day. I can tell at a glance when folk are new to her happy colony. It's the nervous fluttering, you see. Always gives them away. We play some cards to set you at ease. Quick game of high or low. Simply a matter of guessing who has the bigger hand. Right, I'll grant you a single favor, within reason, of course. Interested? How do I play that? Alright. Ready for a game of high or low? Yes, let's play. Cards for you, 3 cards for me. You flip one of yours, and I flip 2 of mine. What's your call? Will your total be higher or lower than mine? Going high then. Let's see what we've got. Cards out of 11, and you have 14. I win. That was fun. Congratulations, your guess was right. Usually I concede defeat at this point, but what do you say to a rematch? One more win, and we'll talk about the favor? Another match. I don't need our diversions. Oh, sure, let's play another round. 3 cards for you, 3 cards for mine. You flip one of yours, and I flip 2 of mine. I'm gonna say low. Let's see what we've got. Cards are add up 19, and you have 20. Oh god, I lost. Well, that was a close one. How was I supposed to do that one? But yeah, it looks like this is the match goes to me. Should I play again? Yes. It's like let me shuffle the deck. I'm gonna win this one. I'm gonna go low, because that's a 9, that's 6, that's 8. Oh, okay, good, I went low. I win. Best out of 3, I win. Oh, look at that. I think you've got a knack for this, good newcomer. Sure, as this is the prize I promised. Come whisper in my ear then. Don't be shy. Tell old Tisto what she can do for you. So wholesome, but if knowledge is what you want, then that is what you shall have. In my humble estimation, the most wondrous thing about this town is how safe we are from the Sin Eaters. They say Lord Vultru was born with the power to command them, which means no Eulmore need ever raise a weapon in defense of the city. Wait, the Lord can control the Sin Eaters? Is he responsible for the attacks, though? Okay, I'm curious about that. What was the kind of thing you wish to know? Oh, if your itch to still needs scratching, you might get a few words out of Atran over there. There's not that merry sot likes more than the sound of his own voice. Yeah, shaking some beer. And, oh, Atran, how you doing? What's that, New Eulmore, you say? Ah, only arrived at already. You're looking to peel away the layers of mystery. Oh, I'm all for chatting, but you see, too slow down and enjoy life, my friend. Tell you what, you hop on the stage and give us a dance first, and we can have our little talk. Oh, sure, I can dance. Just hop on the stage and dance. Over here? Where do you want me to dance exactly? Over here? Oh, up there. Okay. Let's go dance over here then. Oh, what's this? Lookout point? So they dance like there's no tomorrow. Talk to Aether? How was that? I'm skilled, right? Yeah, that was a show. You're welcome to clamp her on the stage anytime you like. So, what was that you wanted to ask me? Oh yeah, something about a fair city. Well, I can tell you it wasn't always so peaceful as it is now. The Eulmore army may be very essence of military might, but even our forces saw grievous losses in the war against the Sin Eaters. Things changed for us though. Around 20 years ago, when the old ruler's son came to power. He's got this way with these eaters, you see, turns them docile as house cats. I wouldn't be exaggerating to say they've become something of an ally to Eulmore, no longer an enemy to be feared. And yet, elsewhere, there are still fools who insist on fighting their losing battle. Huh. Toast to the Lord Voltry. You've gained a preliminary sense of the city. The Chais Alphino will be expecting your return. This place is awesome. Just look at this place. This is the best location in the entire game, isn't it? How are things going? You returned from your jaunt around the city too soon. You need to have hurried back, and Ethelyn has yet to brush to the canvas. What kind of rush good art, I'm told? Good artists, apparently. Oh, finally. You need it to make it look good. If you don't make it look good, Alphino, we're gonna be thrown out like the other guy. Put together now some without other garments you chose. Is this satisfactory? Goodness gracious me, that last outfit was precious, but this makes you look positively dashing. You truly are a handsome bull. However, am I to decide? What happened to the painting? Exactly, that is an artist, dear. It's not a dress-up doll. It's about time we sent him to work for the reason we called him here. Honestly, I do love good painting, but I thought since we were enjoying ourselves so thoroughly... Well, I'm not. That is to say, as long as you... just make sure you give the lad time to prepare. We know he'll be upset if he's not ready to paint him at a moment's notice. Whatever you say, darling. So shall we pick out jewelry next? I wonder why the other guy was kicked out, though. Was the other guy bad at painting? Alphino's good at painting. I wonder what they think of his art. Because Alphino is pretty good at painting. I mean, we've seen Alphino make drawings in at Realm Reborn, right? We've seen Alphino make drawings in Realm Reborn multiple times. Yeah, we need a permission to use the Aetherite. I don't know who needs to give us permission, though. It's probably the Lord. Probably need to talk to the Lord for permission. Alphino draws you close with a whisper. The Chai has very pure color, sense of beauty. Apparently that extends to how I should dress while painting. This obsession of her works in our favor. The time I spend indulging these distractions is time we can use to continue explorations. I'd like you to delve into the layer below us and sniff out the military headquarters. I'm sure the understory has its own tale to tell. Let's check the... Let's go talk to the military. This is my favorite city in the game so far. Just look at this shit. This is my favorite city in the game. Way better than Limsa. This is the best city in the entire game. Best city in the entire game. That's all I gotta say about this city. To go downstairs, right? it just down here? I'm sure it's just down here. It's gonna be to my left. Right around this corner. Right here. Jump down. Meow. Oh. Oh, that's how you get on top of that. I have to jump on that to get that lookout. Interesting. Hello, how you doing? Okay, so the military is also in charge of the storage. So down here is the storage. Storage is down there. And what's over here? Oh, did I tune that Aether right? I think I already did when I passed by last time. Probably all the way down here, right? Let's talk to the Weeping Warbler. What is it? What's wrong? You're one of the bond, aren't you, like me? In your help, my throat, I can't sing anymore. I've been making excuses, but it's just not getting better. If my patron thinks I'm of no use to him, then I need to sneak out with the derelicts in a screaming condition to Toriak. Here's a list of symptoms and a hunk of meal to pay for his medicines. Please, I have no one else to turn to. Yeah, because if you can't do your job anymore, they kick you out, right? Okay, so she needs medicine. We'll go down. We'll go to the derelicts. That's all the way down. Where is it? Bonus instrument. Right. It's called the Nightsoul Pots. Talk to the apothecary. Hello, Troiak. Hey, you need medicines. Tonics, punish. Symptoms. There you go. Cure for an ailing voice, is it? No medicine will cure this. Methinks your songbird has a lump in her throat. It must be cut out, excised, and even then the voice may never heal completely. Little songbird. Would they kick her from the nest, I wonder, or simply silence her chirps? Your face, you didn't know of my many hopefuls who entered the city. Very few are ever seen to live, even the corpses. Oh, you might see one of two fortunate fools hurled from the balconies, but the rest, gone. A town of nightmares it is. Not for the ship's rat, oh no. I'm content to scurry around down here and nibble on the crumbs which fall from the table. The consultation is over. You have my verdict and I have my maul. Good day. Let's hope that your master is gonna be. Give him a medicine. The problem is you have something in your throat. It needs to be cut. You need a surgery. And that's it. What am I to do if I can't sing? Oh, there you are, sweet canary. Have you been crying again? Don't tell me your voice is still not on the mend. Oh, sir, have mercy. I've done all I can, but even the apothecary said. So you've been suffering all this time. I'm sorry, my pet. I hadn't realized your affliction was this grave, but you need to fret. I'll not reward your hours of trialing by casting you out into the street. You are too kind, sir. What use am I if I cannot sing? I fear the day may become more burden to you than treasure. and shall have a word with Lord Vulture and arrange for your ascension. In that paradise where resides neither pain or illness, will your song ring out clearly once again? Or mayhap you take it a step too far? No, I would... You would do that for me? What is an ascension? Wait, what does it mean to be ascension? Okay, so he's gonna talk to Lord Vulture to have her be an ascension, right? What does it mean? Of course, why would I almost wish to hasten my own ascension, knowing your blessed instrument was waiting there to greet me? Ascension? What's an ascension? Ah, you must be a new arrival. Allow me to explain. As all know, the Sin Eaters exist to devour the sinful, but also do they serve to gather the souls of the innocent and shepherd them unto the celestial paradise. Wait, so they're gonna take her soul? The Sin Eaters exist to devour the sinful. So the Sin Eaters exist to devour the sinful, but also they serve to gather the souls of innocents and shepherd them unto the celestial paradise. It is true Lord Vulture that we learned this truth. It is true Lord Vulture's grace that the free people of Eulmore are destined to embrace salvation. We're blessed to spend our days surrounded by love and merriment until at least we are called our final rapture. Even the bonded may find a place within that host should their patrons deem them worthy. Lord Vulture truly is a great man, isn't he? Now, my question is, what is an ascension? Or do people die when they are becoming ascended? Now, if you will excuse us, we must be on our way. May you find eternal salvation. Oh boy. Okay, we'll go report to... Oh yeah, I can't teleport there at this point. Now, are they gonna like his painting, though? We're probably gonna be kicked out. It's good that you come back. You were taking so long, and began to worry something bad had happened. I began sketching an outline of the portrait, but nay, the eyes appear otherwise occupied. Will you share what your investigation have gleaned thus far? Under influence over the Sin Eaters, does he? I would explain the reverence in which he is held by the citizenry. For this ascension business, I cannot help but be put in mind of that apothecary and his ominous remarks. So many folk have entered the city over the years, then where did they go? Oh wait, does ascension mean that they become Sin Eaters? Does that mean that they become a Sin Eater if they ascended? That means they become one of the Sin Eaters, right? Okay, that might be... okay. Discuss the significance of your discoveries. Can I ask you for one minute? You're chatting away with that assistance of yours. Am I to assume the outline is done then? What in the blazes? Well, explain yourself, Afno. What do you mean? Where is your artistic interpretation? It should evoke images of affluence and nobility, overwhelm the viewer with its boundless beauty. You stated that this portrait was to commemorate your anniversary, yours being a joyous reunion. It seemed to me a realistic portrayal. I don't want realism, I want perfection. A spectacle to slacken jaws. It needs to make people cry out in amazement. Fetch a blank canvas then. Oh, sure. What's happening? See, did that come from above? Gentlemen, your attention please. A tale to make your quiver and your noble blood freeze. There's a villain on the loose set to ruin our fair city. But our Lord has got him now, and his fate will not be pretty. Yes, the hammer of justice is poised to come crashing down, and one and all who'd watch it fall are invited to join his lordship in the offer. Criminal? Alright. Criminal that was trying to destroy the city. I'm not content, how dreadful. This man is to face sentencing? That's right, in fact, if you're curious, it might be worth you going along for the experience. The offer the mansion is part of the Emergent, a level above us, where Lord Vulture resides. Originally, you would be barred from entering, but it seems they'll be opening its doors for the next little while. Crown Lift will take you up there. You had better not dawdle, then. You want this just as being served. Stop dawdling and take the crown lift. Alright, let's go check out this malcontent person. Join the crowd up there? Yes. What is this malcontent then? Also, we'll get to see Lord Vulture. That'll be interesting.
That's him. That's Vulture. He's attended by sin eaters. But how does he keep them from attacking?
Didn't they just say that he's the one that is their leader? Didn't they say that he's their leader, basically?
Mercy! Mercy!
By the 12. Cactuar, what happened to you?
Who are these impudent louts? I do not recall requesting their presence.
Lord Vulture, what is the meaning of this? Why is this poor man bleeding to death on your floor?
Why? You ask me why? Because criminals must be punished. And this man is guilty of fraud. He came to us, claiming to be a man of business. Yet his subsequent conduct has shown him to be anything but. Eulmore is a city built on love for one's fellow man. Those who have naught to give and live only to take are a blight upon our society! To atone for this crime, I ordered that he fling himself from the balcony. And he had the temerity to weep. Please, my lord, anything but that. What then is a man of mercy to do, but offer the sinner another way to show his contrition?
Another way? Meaning what exactly?
Sin Eaters are part of Eulmore's society, but they must be fed with ether. Living ether. So, I demanded an offering of flesh, carved by his own hand, from his own hide. And still, he could not do as I asked. A wholly unsatisfactory performance.
'Tis true that Cactuar won his place here by fraud, but his actions were driven only by a desire to share in your paradise. That you would cast him out I could almost accept, but to humiliate him thus, to demand his very life? Is this truly the way of Eulmore?
Oh, you dim, deluded child. Have you ever paused to consider what it takes to maintain such a paradise in this barren, broken world of ours? The guarantee of safety and stability. The knowledge that if one only abides by the rules, one has naught to fear. I alone can offer these things, for I alone can command the Sin Eaters. And thus am I alone the voice of justice, and any who oppose me, villains to be punished.
And people call this paradise.
Learn the truth of Eulmore.
You were granted a place in my city for a particular skill. What was it?
Painting.
Oh, an artiste! Then you shall paint a picture for me of Eulmore. If I find your art pleasing, then I may excuse this display of insolence. Who gave you permission to tend to that criminal's wounds? I told you to paint me a picture!
What you need is a mirror, not a painting. It will capture the horror I see before me far better than I ever could.
Oh, the shade, the shade, the shade. Alphina with the shade.
Can you walk?
I think so. Did that little worm just insult me?
Oh yes, he did. Oh yes, he did.
I'll kill them! I'll kill them all! I'll enslave their minds! I'll torment them! Torture them! Then tear out their hearts!
Forgive me in my anger. I seem to have marched us back outside again. It would probably best we leave the island altogether. I believe we've worn our welcome in Eulmore. In case, I've seen enough of the world's self-proclaimed capital city to convince me that our battle against the Sin Eaters will find few allies in Colusia. I'll accompany you back to the Crystarium. We need to regroup and take on our strategy anew. Ashir, I have done you a great disservice. You were hungry and desperate and offered you a solution without once considering the risks inherent in you accepting it. If I hadn't but known the price you would be made to pay. You gave me everything I needed to make your idea work. It was me who made a mess of things, not you. But even after all the trouble I caused, you still stepped in and saved me. And now Lord Vulture wants us all dead. Why not come back with us to Crystarium? I am certain we can find work for you there, if you are willing. No, that would just be me leaning on your kindness again. Do some thinking. I learned how to stand on my own 2 feet. Very well, but you must promise you'll be careful. The Eulmorians may yet come looking for us. Keep my head down, don't worry, and you take care too. Give me the chance to repay what you've done for me. Alphino. Lord and Lady Chai. What in the blazes did you do? They have the entire city looking for you. Took a peek at your unfinished portrait, Alphino. Now I've had many beautiful and striking pictures made of me, but there was something about your work. It was as if you had caught the very essence of our love and rendered it naked upon the canvas. It was bold and fledgling and adored. Please, you must come back with us and finish what you began. We'll speak of Lord Vulture and vouch for your character. I'm sure we can smooth over any hard feelings. I'm sorry, Lady Chai. There are more important matters to which I must attend. More important? What could be more important than enjoying the days we have left to us to the fullest? Pray press me no further. We are leaving, but I would not presume to take the garments you were so kind as to procure for me at one moment. I wouldn't hear of it. Keep it close, you silly boy. I insist. I shall make arrangements so that you can pass through the gate without causing a stir. I expect you to come and visit. I will return, I promise you that. The outrage I witnessed must not go unanswered. Next time we meet, I shall be better prepared to confront the corruption which hides behind the glittering facade. You ready, Alphino? Perfect nervousness answered a great many questions. So as to say, our plans for saving the First are unlikely to involve the aid of the Lord Vulture and his subjects. Come, we must speak to the XIV and chart a new course. This is far from over. I mean, I like the design of the city. Lord Vulture, though, is corrupt as hell. It's a good city, but Lord Vulture, oh man, Lord Vulture is pretty crazy. That's one way to put it. It's good to be back amongst you. Not mention my dear sister. I have not seen her for some time, but I gather she is keen to press on with her plans as I am. You've been quite a lot of first yourself now, more than enough to appreciate the scale of the obstacle we face. Well, let's lay our discoveries before the XIV and discuss what must be done. welcomes you back to the Crystarium.
And so you return. Have you gained a better understanding of the crisis now faced by the First?
Better is not the word I would use. Some lands may have been spared the flood, but the survivors live only to suffer. There seems no end to the horrors inflicted by the Sin Eaters.
Indeed. Those abominations are a calamity in their own right. And I can well imagine how hopeless the task of eradicating them must seem to you. But after countless battles and untold sacrifice, we have identified a potential weakness. Sin Eaters are drawn to serve the strongest of their kind, a class of creature we call Light Wardens. And from what we have been able to ascertain, only a handful of these entities exist. Just as an ant colony will perish in the absence of its queen, we believe that the death of a Light Warden will cause the lesser creatures within its sphere of influence to disperse.
I have a feeling Eulmore might have something to say about any concerted action we take against these monsters. Vorthra's command over the Sin Eaters is integral to Eulmoran society. In seeming to guarantee his people's safety, it guarantees their obedience. He will not take kindly to us depriving him of such useful allies.
Agreed. Thus we will need to occupy or otherwise divert his forces whilst we proceed with the business of eliminating the Wardens. Until we have done so, all other considerations must be set aside if we are to forestall the 8th Umbral Calamity.
Are you sure eliminating the Wardens will be enough, though?
Your uncertainty is understandable given the circumstances. Perhaps a more detailed explanation is in order. To begin at the beginning, then. In the ancient past, a single star was divided into 14 worlds. This is the source, your home. These others are the 13 shards, in whose number we find the first. Though physically separate, they retain a connection to each other, and with the source especially. Now, let us assume that a given element in one of the shards attains abnormal ascendancy. Just as water will flow from the highest point to the lowest, the excess energy will begin trickling into the source. And such an influx of ether will of course exert a palpable influence. If the element in question were fire, then drought and wildfires might ensue. If it were ice, one might expect the weather to turn bitterly cold. As ether continues to pour in, such phenomena will become more and more extreme, until eventually, a single, untimely event triggers a disaster which cracks the barrier dividing the two worlds. What was once a trickle now becomes a deluge, sweeping the shard along to be rejoined with the source.
Ah, so that's how a calamity happens then. So calamity happens when one of the worlds merges with the source, destroying that world and all of its ether going to the source. I see. So that explains everything about the calamities and the rejoining. So the Ascians are trying to destroy all of these worlds, right? So the Ascians are trying to destroy all of these worlds. They're here, and make them all rejoin into the source, which is going to destroy all of these worlds and cause catastrophic events on the source.
At the same time, the element which held sway in the shard is unleashed in full. Its energies amplifying the original disaster to truly catastrophic proportions. An earthquake thus magnified might strike with enough force to shatter continents. A tidal wave might swell to a size capable of drowning entire nations. These devastating events are what we refer to as Umbral Calamities. 7 times has a calamity befallen the source. 7 times has a shard been absorbed.
The source is the source of all Aether, right? And then all of these are the excess shards. When the shard rejoins with the source, it causes a big giant calamity. That's all the calamities, right? That we know of, right? This one is the behemoth one, I think, right? That one's behemoth, I think? Yeah, that one was behemoth, okay.
At present, the light-drowned realm of the First stands perilously close to meeting the conditions for a rejoining. It is the Sin Eaters who are to blame for the Light's continued dominance. In addition to attracting their lesser kin, the Light Wardens I mentioned earlier radiate ether, saturating every corner of their territory with light. Even here in the flood-spared region of Norvrant, their influence is strong enough to banish night from the sky. Thus, if we are to restore balance to the First and head off a potential calamity, it is imperative that we put each and every Light Warden to the sword.
We've been doing our best to take the fight to the enemy ever since we first heard the Exarch's explanation.
Though we have yet to claim any meaningful victories if truth be told. Apart from being confoundingly elusive, the Light Wardens possess a troublesome quality which compelled us to delay our plans until such time as you arrived.
You're right, alright. Alright, let's continue with this then. Middle of a cutscene.
Forgive the interruption, my lord, but Hallminster Switch is requesting reinforcements.
Alright.
They say the Sin Eaters are attacking in force, and the village could soon be overrun.
The what? Really?
Alert the guard. We should be prepared in case the fighting reaches the Crystarium. You have command of our forces in the field, Captain, but hold off on entering the town until I arrive. That goes for Alphino and Alize as well.
My lord.
Pray, lend us your strength. Such a fight will provide you with far greater insight than any explanation I could offer.
Okay, looks like we have an emergency. Make haste with our preparation. In fact, meet me outside of Crystarium in the crossroads northwest of Westland Gate. Okay, let's go to the gate. Never been there. Activate. I can go to Still Tide. Alright. I've never been there. Okay. I just need to get out of the Crystarium. Follow us through the north. We will arrive at the northern staging point. The village itself lies not far beyond. Quickly now. This way? Okay, let's go. I'm gonna switch just past these gates and through the woods. It's not exactly near neighbor to the Crystarium, but as we occupy the same region, we have built up something of a cooperative relationship. What can we expect inside, Captain? town is beset of a swarm unlike any have seen in recent years. We did not our best to evacuate villagers, but as many as half remain. Judging by the look of the Aethers present, we have come good reason to believe that a light warden leads the attack. How convenient it seems we'll have our chance to slay a warden sooner than we expected. One does not simply slay a warden. Has no one told you what happens if you defeat one of those fiends? They hold more light inside them than all of their underlings put together. They can be struck down but its essence won't dissipate, like the weaker kind. Vile Aether will billow outwards and envelop the nearest living being, a reckless young swordswoman perhaps, and turn her into a brand new warden. Oh well, you can leave that particular quandary to us. Was asked to the guard, stand down and allow us to engage this leader of Eaters alone. As a children of survivors, we must save every life we can. What if... Understood, my lord. As captain of the guards, however, I will not watch you brave such danger without an escort from our ranks. I insist that I go with you. Very well then, our warden-select party shall include myself, the Levailleurs, Captain Lena, and last but not least... a formidable group indeed. Into the Hellmonster we go. Once we reach the Light Warden, do not hold back. We strike to kill. Alright, and I guess we're gonna have to go fight. Is that gonna be a dungeon or a raid? It is a dungeon, alright. shit, okay, okay. Oh, god dang it. Alright, first boss. And it's dead. me move. Oh, come on. How did that hit me? Got it. Cool, that was fun. What's that? How's there? Oh, the other characters are all here. I didn't think it had a big giant tongue. Look at the big giant tongue. Exit.
It's releasing its ether! Fall back! We cannot let it touch us! Quickly, my lord, we must withdraw!
That will not be necessary, Captain. Though I appreciate your concern. The eternal light of these creatures has confounded us for nigh on 100 years. For each we have put down, another has risen up in its place, born of the self-same ether relinquished by its predecessor. But now we have a way to contain that corruption. The blessing of light, and the hero who wields it now stands before you. Behold! The monster's power is broken, and the world, twisted by its touch, returns to its rightful form.
What's happening?
It's so beautiful.
The sunless sea. The warrior of darkness has come.
I'm the warrior of light, but fair enough. I'm not the warrior of darkness, I'm the warrior of light though. Sorry.
Is that what I think it is?
The night sky. As it should be.
Who are you people? You killed a warden, then bathed in its ether as if it were a spring shower, and now the sky? The legends are true. My lord?
How many years have I waited for this moment? For the one possessed of her blessing. For you. You have vanquished the Light Warden of Lakeland, and for the first time in a century, darkness has returned to the mantle of night. Without the ever-present light to sustain them, the Sin Eaters will have no choice but to retreat. Yet our victory is far from complete. Though darkness has fallen here, the other Wardens yet bask beneath burning skies, feasting upon what little life remains. Even should it cost me all I have, I would see each and every one of them slain, that this world might be spared from oblivion. Not only for the first, but for the source as well. Save one, and we save the other. But, be that as it may, I concede it was wrong of me to summon you to this fight against your will. I swear, on my life, I will one day atone for that deed. But for the present, I beg you stay and see this fight to its conclusion. Cast down the Wardens and restore darkness to the first.
This sounds like a glorious adventure.
On behalf of the first, I offer you my deepest thanks.
I understand there is much at stake here, Exarch, but why do you risk yourself so readily? It must have been a dangerous drain on your ether to summon even one person across the rift.
I do it for my people, of course. To give the Crystarium the tomorrow it deserves.
That is true now, yes, but the city had yet to be built when you first called forth the Crystal Tower. I'm simply curious to know what prompted you to commit yourself so completely to this particular course.
There are things which we can ill afford to lose. And I sensed from the first that I had a part to play in preserving them. Forgive me. I fear the events of the day may have taken their toll. Despite appearances, I am an old man. One burdened with many difficult memories, some too painful to recall.
Well then, I'm sorry for pressing you. It's a family failing, I'm afraid.
One which has served us well more often than not. Needless to say, we will continue to fight at your side until the last Sin Eater is defeated.
Come then, my warriors of darkness. Let us gather the surviving villagers and make our way back to the Crystarium.
Quickly, I just defend my faith in you. So many lives, and the sky itself heralds our success. A victory and victory. A far larger struggle, perhaps, but the moment is one nonetheless. Looking ahead to the immediate future. Fair enough. Villagers we evacuated earlier have arrived safely in the Crystarium. They seem to be accepted in their situation for the moment, for most folk are far too distracted by the scout to worry about wounds or lost homes. Whisper in wonder if the Warrior of Darkness has come. to be expected. I must offer a favor of you. Would you be so kind as to conceal your involvement in this endeavor for the time being? Seeing the light recede from Lakeland is a momentous occasion, and many will swept up in a maelstrom of excitement and confusion. Should you come forth as the legendary warrior of darkness, I fear that no matter how good your intentions, such an appearance would throw the city in disarray. I find myself in agreement with the Exarch, although my concerns are more focused on Eulmore. It may be best if you maintain a low profile until we see how Valtteri responds to all of this. My thanks. Though we cannot freely celebrate your success, pray allow your heart to be buoyed by the joy of our citizens, a joy you surely brought into being. Oh, and I must ask the same discretion of you, Captain. It is my intention to share with our people the tale of a great warrior who stood in defiance of the Senators. This unnamed champion defeated the Light Warden and has since departed for parts unknown, yes? As you wish, my lord. Your purchant of mystery is nothing new, and I will encourage folk not to question this either. Although I expect to be told the whole truth of it one day, about all of you. That's settled. I shall return to Crystarium and make an address to the people. These explanations and adjustments will consume much of my time, so pray take the opportunity to rest and recover from your exploits. And to think you'll not even need to shutter the windows to enjoy a dark and peaceful night's sleep. I must stay behind and coordinate the evacuation of the remaining survivors. I hesitate to ask after all you've done here today, but could I ask you to pass on a message on your way to Dependence? Please let Broggy know that we're bringing in a number of injured, and that any restoratives of the markets need to be reserved to the further infirmary. Should start making our own way back to Crystarium. Slowly, mind you. We won't be due to arrive too much soon after the Exarch. I'm staying behind as well. There's something I need to check on in Holmester. We already went through to the village top to bottom, let's say. We should all take the chance to rest, you included. I need one of those ethers, and I can't just rest, not now. So please, I wish to be left alone for a while. That means you as well. Oh yeah, Tesleen was there, right? We saw her turn. Promise to find you later when I feel myself again. Just you and me then, shall we? Yeah, let's go Alpha now. Well then. So, now we're going to be seen as the Warrior of Darkness. Because we brought darkness to this place. And now there's going to be nighttime and daytime. Not like it's supposed to be. And we'll continue this next time on FF14. See you guys next time.